I'm live. What's up, jazz hands? No, just kidding. What's up, perps? So, funny thing happened on the way home tonight. I just got stuck in town forever, and I was going to do this, start the stream earlier, and well, it didn't work out that way. So here we is. So for everybody in the chat, chambered, what is happening? Z, my man, Mike McClune, what is up, my brother? Oh yeah. Yeah, Z, have fun with that. That is some pain. Yeah. Constitutional Carpenter, what is up, my brother? DLD, you showed up. What's up, mofo? So we're gonna have a little well, I won't call it fun tonight. Launch those new jugs. Good deal, Dark. Loving it. No, it's Mike McClune. Paranoid's just a state of mind, and being paranoid these days is pretty much a good thing. It's not a matter of necessarily being paranoid; it's being paranoid enough. Fire Otter, what is up? We'll see everybody streaming in. I am Kurt. What is happening? Damn, y'all a bunch of night owl motherfuckers. It's kind of a good thing. You get to hang out. My fellow Dark, what up? All right. So I'm gonna give it just another minute. Matter of fact, let me kind of pull through some shit real fast. Because I had a couple of different ways that I was thinking about going with this one. And I think we're just going to go with the topic of, hey, the government wants your ass dead or in jail. Maybe both if they can do it. So, got a couple of videos to go through, and then we're going to pull up some documents off the Department of Justice, just to poke around a little bit, just to see. I have a sneaky suspicion that a lot of it is going to be a lot of horseshit. My notification actually woke you up. Well, hey, brother, if you want to come in the stream, man, I'll throw a link out there. You can jump in, which I'll throw a link out. Anybody can jump in. Matter of fact, let me do it while I'm thinking about it. Because I was going to do it earlier. And, well, more than mildly tarded. So, here's what it is. Let's see. What do I do with it? That's over here. La, da, da, pow. There he is. So as usual, rules are, if anybody wants to jump in, let me pin that up while I'm thinking about it. You guys are more than willing to jump in. You just have to put up with the insanity that I'm fixing to inflict on you guys. Jeff, I was planning on being on a whole lot earlier tonight, but this was my final week for SDI for this semester, and it took me a lot longer to finish up some things. So it was one of those. Matter of fact, when I was driving into town, I was like, I don't know whether I'll do it. And then it was like, hell, I got home. I still had to do some laundry. Might as well. Threat of jail keeps me from doing stupid shit. Yeah. Threat of being in jail is a big thing, and it will keep a lot of people from doing a lot of stupid shit. However, a lot of people still do a lot of stupid shit, and ignorance of the law is no excuse. I still struggle with the fact of how you are breaking a law when you don't know that there is a law there, or the law is just fucking absolutely stupid. NFA, for instance. Just another bunch of misogynists here. Yeah, well. So let me pull a video. No, that's not what I want to do. One of these days, I will figure out my ass from a hole in the ground. I swear to God, I will. It won't happen anytime soon, but it'll happen eventually. Maybe. Kind of. Sort of. Be kind of a shame, though. Where'd it go? I know I've got it because I just downloaded it. Okay, here it is.
I'm Susan Dinkle. It's Friday. No, Dinkle, it's Friday.
So, for all the time we talk about gun safety, there was a funny story popped up on my stream today. And it was talking about gun safety being taught in schools. And I thought, wow, that's an interesting topic, gun safety being taught in schools. Well, not so much. So let's let this little slice of heaven play.
November 18th. Local law enforcement agencies are reacting today after a student was accidentally shot by a sheriff's deputy. We told you yesterday about a student who was shot at South Vermilion High School.
Yes, by a deputy, by the popo, by the 5-0, by law enforcement. Accidentally shot.
A Vermilion County Sheriff's deputy accidentally discharged his gun and injured a student while teaching a law enforcement class. The student was
Now, he was teaching a law enforcement class.
Taken to a Terre Haute hospital and is expected to be okay. We reached out to the Vermilion County Sheriff's Office about what circumstances would warrant a real gun being out of its holster. They said they dealt with it in training, but they did not know all the details of the incident.
So it's a way to teach gun safety. Just shoot the student. Pow! Guns hurt.
The Vigo County School Corporation participates in active shooter training during the school year. News 10's Blake Dollier tagged along today to learn more about what safety precautions there are. He joins us now live from our newsroom to explain what he learned. Blake.
Susie, with active shooter training happening in Vigo County schools, Sheriff John Plassey wants you to know that your students and teachers are safe. He says he wants to prevent what happened at South Vermilion from happening here locally. Now, if you take a look at your screen, you'll see the biggest tool in.
Look, it's a gun. Fake gun. Those typically don't shoot people.
Making that happen. You're looking at a plastic dummy gun known as a sim gun. That's what Indiana State Police say South Vermilion should have been using yesterday in class. Sim guns are blue, which makes it easy to tell from a real gun. Regular 9mm ammo doesn't fit in sim guns either. The ammo it uses.
As far as I know, it wasn't a role play class, and as far as I know, Alec Baldwin was not teaching the class. Just from the information I have.
Is similar to a paintball. There are no real guns or even tasers used during active shooter training here in Vigo County. Plassey says this almost entirely guarantees a safe environment for training. He also says officers and deputies should never unholster a real weapon unless the circumstances are drastic.
You would never unholster your real weapon unless you intend to use it. So you don't take it out to show.
Well, he used it. Maybe unintentional, maybe intentional. The kid could have been a dick.
Somebody, you don't take it out to do anything with. It's not a toy, it's a weapon. It needs to be secure unless you're going to use it.
Now, Plassey says he doesn't want to be critical of other agencies, but he does say it's incredibly important to know how to be safe around guns, especially while in schools. Reporting live in the newsroom, Blake Dollier, News 10.
Good afternoon.
So again, that popped up on my stream as gun safety being taught in schools. It's a hell of a way to teach gun safety. And when they said active shooter, well, apparently they really meant some active fucking shooting. What can I say? That's kind of the low end of what we're going to hit tonight. The next part we're hitting, can't say it's, well, it is a more serious topic. Yeah, he had to wash up after that one. So the next part we're getting into, let me see, where's my next file?
January 6th.
Well, we're going to go to January 6th. A lot of people don't want to talk about January 6th and what's happening to people that had anything to do with January 6th. However, me being me, I actually read a lot of the reports coming out about these guys. The term bullshit really doesn't begin to describe it. So we're going to listen to a couple of news reports, and then I'm going to screen share, and then we're going to go read some Department of Justice reports.
Rioter seen by the nation on that video dragging a police officer at the Capitol. That officer was being attacked. Tonight, that rioter sentenced to more than 7 years in prison. They were the images seen by the country and the world. Officer Michael Fanone viciously beaten by rioters. That former officer in court.
Now, did anybody see the hearings where these officers testified? May have to look at that one day. They're rather interesting.
Court today asking the judge to show the suspect the same mercy he showed Fanone. None. Here's our Chief Justice correspondent Pierre Thomas tonight.
Today in court, former D.C. police officer Michael Fanone recalling the moment he thought he was going to die. It was all caught on video in one of the most infamous pieces of footage from January 6th. Fanone.
Show the whole footage, not just a chunk of the footage. Show the whole footage.
Fanone's police body camera showing the crazed mob swarming him, dragging him, and beating him. Telling me in the days just afterward,
they were stripping my gear off of my vest, stripped my badge off, my radio. At one point, people started chanting, kill him with his own gun.
Today, the man who dragged Fanone into the mob, Albuquerque Head, was in court to face sentencing. Listen to the moment of their encounter that day. Head saying,
"I'm gonna try to help you out here. You hear me?"
Fanone replies,
"Thank you."
But seconds later, Head is calling out to the violent mob.
"Hey, I got one."
Today, Fanone told the judge,
I like how they show just these little clips. Coming from someone who watched live streams of the whole event that day, I will say that let's just say this coverage is a bunch of horse shit. And this dude's testimony in his little hearing was written up by someone else. And let me tell you, he played it to a T.
"No mercy. Your Honor, I would ask you to show Mr. Head the same mercy he showed me on January 6th, which, in case there's any question in this courtroom, is none."
Wait a second. You ended up without a mark on you. You were at work the next day. Matter of fact, you were at work that night. And you want this guy in prison for almost 8 years. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that's a picture of a douchebag.
The judge apparently took heed, sentencing Head to 7.5 years in prison, one of the harshest.
Yeah, Dark, that's the thing. When they cut that clip like that, when dude says he's got one, you have no idea what he's saying about, hey, I got one. He could have been saying, hey, I got a hamburger. I got a tourniquet. Hey, I just picked this dude up. Does anybody need this? Hey, I got one. Yeah. Talk about actors. Oh, boy.
Penalties yet for crimes during the insurrection, almost matching the 8 years the Justice Department had requested. The judge was stern in handing down the sentence, offering this blistering assessment, saying the suspect had hunted Fanone as prey and delivered him as a trophy to that mob, David.
Pierre Thomas on this case again tonight. Thank you, Pierre.
The bad part is people believe that. People watch this and actually believe it. Take a breath. Calm down. Don't lose your shit. I might, before this is over. Let's go to the next video from January 6th. And these are just a couple. There's many. Would I quit trying to screen share? Dumbass, hit the right button. Let's see. Was it this one? Yeah, it's this one.
Justice Department's investigation into the January
Now, this dude is getting 15 years.
6 riot. A Texas extremist group member who tried to enter the Capitol with a gun is expected to be sentenced today after being convicted on 5 felony counts. Prosecutors are arguing for an especially long sentence for crimes they're calling domestic terrorism.
Yeah, Chamberlain, I'd be interested to know how the people that went up there from your hospital are faring with some of this shit. Because I know that I watched a lot of people that have been mentioned in a lot of these trials, that when I saw pictures of them, I remembered them from video that I saw. And they weren't hurting anybody.
NBC News justice and legal correspondent Ken Dilanian has been following the case for us. Good morning, Ken. So the DOJ has made more than 800 arrests.
Yeah, Dark, you're right about that.
Related to January 6th. But this, quite notably, is the first case they've officially labeled as domestic terrorism. So how does that change the sentence that will be handed down later today?
Good morning, Zinkley. Well, it makes it potentially longer. This is called the Domestic Terrorism Sentencing Enhancement.
Now, remember, and I've done videos on it, where the government wants to expand definitions of domestic terror, and they have been caught actually expanding their cases, you might say, of domestic tremors, I'll say. So when they start mentioning the D word, you know, it's one of those things where you really have to look at the totality of what went on in a situation and maybe do a little research, but most people aren't going to.
And prosecutors have invoked it because they said, in this case, Guy Reffitt, this 49-year-old former Texas oil worker, intended to influence and coerce the workings of government, a political motive. Now, a lot of people might think many people on January 6th had that intent, but this is the first time the Justice Department has tried to apply this in sentencing. And what they are asking for.
So he's saying many people on that particular day had the intent of DTs. Not detoxing, but the domestic terrors, the lies from this government.
Or is a 15-year sentence, which would be 3 times as long as the longest sentence handed down so far in any January 6th case of 5 years. And that was for somebody who assaulted police officers. So Guy Reffitt's attorneys understandably are saying, wait a second, our client didn't even enter the Capitol, didn't assault police officers. Why the long sentence recommendation? Prosecutors say, look, he had a gun with him. He threatened his children when they talked about turning him into the FBI.
Boy, this shit gets deep. There wasn't a single person on that day that had a firearm on them, on those grounds, in that building. Not a single one. Now, they found guns in people's vehicles because people took their defensive tools off and left them in their vehicles to go to this protest.
He showed no remorse whatsoever, even after he was convicted. And only recently did he send a letter to the judge expressing regret for his actions. So prosecutors really trying to throw the book here at Guy Reffitt today.
That's very intense, 3 times as long. And I know that this is also the first January 6th case to go to trial after Guy turned down a plea deal. So what did you learn about how the DOJ plans to prosecute the more than 300 defendants outside of Guy who are choosing to take their cases to trial?
The Justice Department certainly trying to send a strong message here that acceptance of responsibility by pleading guilty is a big issue. And now Reffitt's attorneys argue, look, you can't penalize my client for seeking his constitutional right to a trial. But prosecutors say in their court briefs that Reffitt, these other people who got 5-year sentences, some of them pleaded guilty and admitted their responsibility. And in a case like
so what these people are doing, understand how dirty this is. What these people are doing is they're saying, hey, we had you on this day at this time in this particular area. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to offer you a plea deal that's pretty much going to just about ruin your life, kill your livelihoods, all that. But if you go to court, we're going to find the dirtiest jury that we can possibly find, and we're going to find a judge who just doesn't like the fact that you guys were there in the first place supporting somebody I don't like anyway. And then we're really going to fuck you over. So you got a case of 2 that are going to get hung in you. But either way, none of your rights matter. The only thing that matters is we're the federal government and we're going to do whatever the hell we want to do. Now realize a lot of these people were kept in solitary confinement. A lot of these people were not allowed bail. This is your government, kids.
This, which has such political overtones, and many millions of people in the country still believe that January 6th was justified. The Justice Department really wants to send a message here, wants these defendants to admit that they were wrong. And if they do not do that, it really looks like the penalties they're seeking are much higher.
And
Talk about saying the quiet part out loud. Your government is going to tell you that you have to admit that you were the bad guy. Otherwise, we're going to screw you even harder. Yeah, dude, the government wants you dead or in jail, or they want you as a servant. And how dare you question them? Now, they don't care about the people who are running around burning down cities, killing people, looting, robbing, stealing. Don't give a damn about them. Our vice president actually, started bail funds to get those people out of jail. But when the people have a problem with the government and they actually bring that issue to the government, oh, hell no.
And quickly, you talked about political undertones. Along with prosecuting the actual January 6 rioters, the DOJ is also running separate probes into so-called fake elector schemes and conspiracy to obstruct Congress, from certifying that 2020 election. So how are the Justice Department and the Attorney General Garland balancing all of these high-profile investigations?
This is a tough one, Zinkley. The investigation that could involve former President Trump and his inner circle, that's the most important investigation, arguably, in Justice Department history. And the very top people of the Justice Department are thinking deeply about questions such as whether to prosecute a former president. Then you've also got this sprawling January 6th related investigation where, as you said, more than 850 arrested. They think that as many as 2,500 people enter the Capitol. So they still have a long way to go if they want to prosecute everyone who entered the building. And there's some real questions about whether they have the resources to do this. The FBI.
We as citizens of the United States, we own that building. That building should never be closed to American citizens walking in that building. To go even further, all you little lawmakers running around up there having your little powwows and selling away our rights, You guys should never be insulated from the American people walking in to your offices or walking in to Congress. You know, the Quash had it right. He really did on one of his shows where he talked about Jan the 10th. If one of those elected leaders had actually had the balls to just go ahead and walk out there and talk to that crowd, that pretty much probably would have shut everything down. They would have proved they were a leader. I can't imagine Thomas Jefferson and others being up there and hiding like little cowards when a crowd showed up. But then again, see, at that time, a crowd could show up and they could walk right in those doors. They didn't have armed security everywhere.
Guy seems overwhelmed in some cases, according to our reporting, but they're trying to juggle all that. And we have a lot still to look forward to in these investigations and these prosecutions, Sinclair.
Definitely.
Yeah, Jeff, how do I put this? Okay, you have the really shitty people, which are the leftists who want to go full on socialist, and you have the right who basically want to pump the brakes on it. It's where you hear me using the left and right stuff. It's not that I think the right is any better than the left. The right just wants to get us there a little bit slower. You can prove that by the fact when the so-called right has had the House, the Senate, and the presidency, and they've had majorities. Well, they don't restore any of our rights. The leftists, the AOCs, these pandering douchebags in the media that control so much of the narrative and control so much of what the average Americans think. That's the left that I'm talking about, or the leftists or the statists that I talk about.
We know you'll keep us posted. Ken Dilanian, thank you.
All right, so as if that video wasn't enough fun, I have one more before we actually start going and looking at some of these things. Which one is it? Where did it go? Did it not download? Because I got that. Hold on, I might have to go chase down a video, because this other video is relevant to this whole entire situation. Where is it at? Hold on. I didn't see this one, so let's do this one. Because I do want to go through at least one more of these. And then we're going to go over to the Department of Justice, and we're going to read through the charging documents for some of these folks. Because you can tell, and the reason I want to look at those, you can tell quite easily when someone is really just trying to pad a subject and make it sound much worse than what it actually is.
Developments in the prosecution officer. It comes.
Let me back that up.
Yet, this went to a former New York City police officer who assaulted another police officer. More than a year and a half after the Capitol riot, nearly 250 people have been sentenced for their roles in the insurrection. But former NYPD officer Thomas Webster, seen here holding a flagpole, will now serve 10 years behind bars for injuring a D.C. officer. It comes as a second rioter today pleaded guilty to assaulting Capitol Police Officer Brian Sicknick, who died the next day. The man seen in video using bear spray on officers. And then.
Now, remember, Brian Sicknick died of a stroke the next day. Natural causes, nothing to do with January 6th. They can't even show me a video where they said he was hit in the head with a fire extinguisher and all this bullshit. And then you watch videos of him the entire day and nothing like that happened to him. DJ, what's happening, brother man? Jeff, I don't know whether the Colt uppers are worth the hype or not. I don't know whether Colt's there. Used to be they were. Now, I don't know.
In Texas today, a top lawyer for the Oath Keepers has been arrested and charged with conspiracy. ABC's Martha Raddatz leading us off.
He was a New York City police officer and former U.S. Marine. But tonight, Thomas Webster faces 10 years in prison for brutally assaulting a law enforcement officer on January 6th, the longest prison sentence to date for a January 6th defendant. Webster, caught on police body camera, wore a bulletproof vest and was armed with a metal flagpole flying the flag of the Marine Corps, shouting an expletive at the officer before pushing over the barricade and attempting to hit the officer with the flagpole. Webster later breaking through and tackling the officer to the ground as he violently tried to remove.
Notice you don't see what that officer did to provoke him. Nope, DJ, never got conked in the head with a fire extinguisher. Never really took a hit to the head, I don't think, at all on any videos.
Move the officer's shield and mask. Prosecutors had sought 17 and a half years for Webster, who at one time was on Mayor Bloomberg's security detail. The news comes as a second man charged in the attack on Capitol Police Officer Brian Sicknick pleaded guilty today. Video showed Julian Cater deploying bear spray at 3 officers on January 6th, including Sicknick. Sicknick's colleague, Officer Caroline Edwards, testifying before the House January 6th Select Committee earlier this summer.
I turned and it was Officer Sicknick with his head in his hands, and he was ghostly pale.
Footage from January 6 showed Sicknick recoiling after being hit with the spray and pouring water in his eyes.
No shit. It's bear spray. Does anybody else not see that? It's bear spray. It's really, really hopped up pepper spray. And they won't tell you that these officers started spraying people that were protesting, and then people that were protesting sprayed their asses the fuck back.
He died the next day of natural causes.
Wait. You're telling me he died of natural causes? The next day. That's natural causes. But you're blaming this other dude for causing his death. There are people called coroners who actually write up the causes of death for people whenever people die. And if those causes of death are related to someone else's actions, they don't write it up as natural causes. Well, see, I didn't realize either it's actually lesser than the stuff you'd use on people. It's probably something to do with PETA, because apparently they don't want you using anything high-powered on an animal that's fixing to eat your ass. But the twist these people make.
And tonight, more charges for the anti-government militia, the Oath Keepers, a newly unsealed indictment.
And the Oath Keepers aren't anti-government. They're anti your government.
revealing one of its top lawyers has been charged with conspiracy in the January 6th riot. Kelly Sorrell had said she was cooperating with the U.S. government against the Oath Keepers, but a member of the militia group later implicated her in an alleged cover-up.
Okay, and Martha Raddatz joining us live from Washington tonight. Martha, sources are telling our ABC team that 2 Trump White House lawyers are set to appear before a federal grand jury tomorrow. All of this part of this January 6th investigation?
That's right, Cecilia. It's a dramatic escalation in the DOJ's probe into the January 6th riot. Former White House counsel Pat Cipollone and former Deputy White House counsel Pat Philbin were subpoenaed by a federal grand jury investigating the attack on the Capitol. Cecilia?
Martha Raddatz leading us off tonight. Thank you.
Y'all having fun yet? Like I said, it's absolutely maddening that there are people out there who actually buy the amount of bullshit that gets slung at them by these media companies. And these media companies get fed all of their BS by the Department of Injustice, the ruling power that we have in office right now. So let's see the way I want to do this. Let's kill some stuff. As far as tabs, YouTube, I'm talking about tabs. I'm talking about getting rid of tabs, because I do have quite a few of them open. See, I don't think there's any way for me to like download this and then share it. So I'm going to have to just do a screen share. So let's split this. Let's split this. Actually, I'm going to have to do this first. Dark, love you too, brother. You get some sleep, man. And we will catch you on the next and later, sweetie. Screen share. Let's do it this way. Hold on. Because I want to do something else first. Warsaw, what's happening, brother, man? Yeah, I wasn't going to do a stream tonight. Then I decided, well, I had some other stuff to wait on, so I might as well do a stream. Welcome to hell, Parsons. And if you know what movie that's from, let's do this, this. And then, where am I? Okay, I got to go here. Oh, shit. Damn it. No, I forgot to send you that link. I'll have to pull it because I don't have my Discord up. So, like I said, I'll have to pull it. There is a link in the chat, again, in case anybody wants to hang out. Let's see. Okay. So we were just talking about Jan 6 and all that. Who should we know? Well, we're going to hit on another guy first. So, if you guys haven't heard about this one yet, this is a Navy vet who has been convicted of some very, very nasty things. Selling a machine gun, all kinds of stuff. AmmoLand has this story. I would encourage you to go to AmmoLand and actually look at this guy's story. They're still fighting this in court. And, he's been convicted, so they're doing the next step on the evolution of trying to get this guy, who is very much an innocent person, out of trouble. So there's another news story I had up, excuse me, besides AmmoLand, that explained this guy's getting charged with all this crap. Let me do something so I can. Let me shrink that down just a little bit. Well, it'll be all right. So this guy, Navy guy, served honorably for years. So Patrick Tate Adamick, something like that. Decorated Navy sailor before the Department of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, acting on information from a confidential informant, arrested him for transferring a machine gun and having destructive devices. This yeah, Mike. So this guy liked to build guns. I guess he liked to collect guns, and he sold some guns. He got a hold of a receiver off of Gunbroker that apparently wasn't chopped up like the ATF would have liked it. Funny, I think he got pointed there by the confidential informant. Let's see, where's that? Let me get back to the story. All right. Ran a small business dealing in firearms parts. Worked out the deal with a seller. Paid for a demilled MG42 kit. That's some money. I'd very much like to have. With a company check. He then gave the MG42 kit to the CI and collected money plus a small fee. So let me get this straight. He just got the demilled kit off of Gunbroker and then sold it to this dude. Doesn't say he built the MG42. Doesn't say he had a fully automatic MG42. Just the demilled kit. Plus a small fee. Since the demilled MG42 kit was sold on Gunbroker, it was legal to own. The MG42 kit only had a single saw cut instead of 3 torch cuts as laid out on the ATF's website. Now, even with that, understand the ATF has a recommended way to cut a receiver. I don't think they have a way. Well, there is no way in law that you have to demill a receiver. All right, let's see. The ATF then raided the Master at Arms' home, arrested him for transferring a machine gun. While searching his house, the agents found demilled RPG that he had purchased from a flea market for $40 while stationed in California. I want an RPG. The RPG did not have a trigger group and had a hole cut in the side of the tube, which means it was a non-functional. The ATF sent the RPG to Martinsburg, where they were able to patch the hole and install a trigger group. The ATF examiner took the completed RPG, test fired a 7.62 round from a training grenade. Since the ATF could convert the demilled RPG into a working device, Adamick was charged with having a destructive device. The prosecutor claimed that he could have fired an anti-tank round. The ATF also found M79 receivers, which receivers for M79s are legal to own. An M79 is a 40 millimeter grenade launcher when paired with a 40 millimeter tube. Without the tube attached, the M79 receiver is just considered a firearm. He purchased the receivers from Big Daddy Unlimited. He did buy tubes, which he kept locked and as separate from the receivers. The ATF considers this constructive intent, and he was charged and convicted. Now, the regular mainstream news story on this said that he had a machine gun, that he transferred this machine gun. Didn't say that the machine gun was a cut receiver. It said that he had rocket launchers and he had anti-tank weapons and that he had grenade launchers. It never mentions all the other stuff mentioned in this article from AmmoLand. No, the ATF standard is not very standard whatsoever. This stuff is all meant to screw you. It really is. So that's the AmmoLand news story on it. So let's go over here. This is the Department of Justice, Eastern District of Virginia. This is their official .gov page. So Norfolk, Virginia. A federal jury convicted a Virginia Beach man on Friday on charges of possessing and selling unregistered machine guns. Machine guns. According to court records and evidence presented at trial, between approximately October 21 and April 22, Patrick Tate Admack, 28, was obtaining illegal machine guns that were not registered, and he was selling these machine guns online. The Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives purchased 8 machine guns from him through a confidential source. Then they executed a search warrant at Admack's residence and recovered 25 additional unregistered machine guns. A search warrant at his residence found that Admack, whatever you say his name, was in possession of 2 grenade launchers and 2 anti-tank missile launchers. Says he's a master at arms with the U.S. Navy. I don't know whether CRS has covered this or not. I can't remember the last video I saw pop up from CRS. Yeah, I don't know whether he's touching on necessarily stuff like this. He went kind of spicy for a little bit and then he kind of chilled out, and now I don't know where he's at. Well, the thing is, this dude, from what I understand, he was selling parts. He wasn't selling machine guns. There's something on my tongue bugging me. Well, you guys watch me digging in my damn mouth. Let's see. Let's get back to this. So he was convicted of receiving, possessing, and transferring unregistered machine guns and possession of 4 destructive devices, to include 2 grenade launchers and 2 anti-tank missile launchers. The sentencing hearing is scheduled for March 31st of 2023. He faces a maximum sentence of 10 years in prison for each of the 5 counts of conviction. So he's facing 50 years in prison. Give me just a sec, brother, and I'll see about pulling it up. Matter of fact, let me see. Well, I'm going to have to hit YouTube and copy that over real quick. So, yeah, this dude's facing 50 years in prison for not machine guns and not rocket launchers. Let's see. Where apparently my chat over here in YouTube didn't update. Am I still on YouTube? Yeah, I'm still on YouTube. Hold on. Let me switch this over. There it is. Because what I'll do with that is bookmarks. So that's extracting. Let's see. Let's get back over here. Let's see. Maximum 10 years. Actual sentences for federal crimes are typically less than the maximum penalties. A federal district court judge determined any sentence after taking into account U.S. sentencing guidelines, which for those of you who don't know, the Biden administration has been basically trying to set these guidelines even higher. So there's that. So Jessica D. Aber, U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of Virginia, and Charlie Patterson, Special Agent in Charge, ATS Washington, yada, yada. Says they accepted the verdict. Well, of course they did, because you had a jury convict this dude, and the jury had no fucking idea what they were looking at. What's up, Tech Money? Let's see. Assistant U.S. Attorney Bill Murr, Special Agent Victoria Liu, prosecuting the case. Copy of the press release is located here. Website, Eastern District, or on Pacer by searching for case number. I'm going to have to search for that. I'm going to have to see whether I can get anything on the actual trial transcripts on that. So you see that, Cat. See the differences in the story when it's actually covered honestly and when it's covered by the courts. Two very different things, right? So let's do this because we'll show present. Let's stop screen share for a sec. Let's present and go to video file. This is what War Patriot just sent me. So let's look at this. Let me mute something so I can hear a little better. And let's see, because this is some of our youths out here, probably going to be doctors, lawyers, and shit like that, I guess.
One is bitch. How many watches you got on? Oh, you know, one. Well, you just call me shut. Oh, see, this bitch be getting stuck. 2, 3. I got like on my brother grave. I got like 50,000. Now I just lie like a motherfucker. I'm sorry. 100. Thank you. 100. $100,000 watch. And $50,000 on my shit. Fuck is.
Yeah. The Utes of America.
Folks got 150,000 right now. Hey, stop passing my zone around. Why you ain't just do it? I ain't go. That's what I'm saying. So now, what? See, I'm finna say, Mom, you gotta run, Mom. Hey, look, y'all know I'm rapping on Rizzo, but I still be coming home to the trenches, and I still.
Now he's sitting there showing off an illegal machine gun. If I show off a gun and I have enough followers where someone actually gives a shit about me on YouTube to where I get some attention, get some love from the YouTube censors, if I show off a gun on YouTube, they shut my stream down. But here's this. Oh, I have to find the other video, brother. Because let me just play, and I'll see if I can find the other one.
Hey, stop trying to get me blocked, boy. I'm still a switch guy, bro. Every time a gang just entering the building, y'all see you put a beam through the peephole. He'll shoot your ass in your eye. You trying to look out. Niggas ain't got no buttons for real. Y'all wanna see? Y'all wanna see me click it over? For that head. Do it. I can do it with my hand. He gotta do it like that. No, because I'm holding the camera, man. I'm Mr. Switch. I switch. You don't switch. Ain't no fucking difference, bro. I can switch it like that too. I just want to try, bro.
I can switch it like this. I just
hey, y'all, so P80's jam. Now that you put a Glock stick in there.
Hold on, that had to be.
If you put a Glock stick.
Yep. Over there showing off everything in the world. And apparently our illustrious law enforcement can't find these cats. But they'll arrest a guy for selling parts that aren't machine guns. They will actually put together non-functional items and charge him with having items, destructive devices. Which one was it? This one?
My son, great, bro. We really got the best fucking Glocks in the fucking city. Who the fuck you know got a muzzle?
Oh, boy. Too many choices. What's happening, brother, man? And yes, the NFA is absolutely unconstitutional. Why we watch this idiot look down the barrel of his own gun?
With a gold switch on a Gen 5. Then we got red buttons on what? Glock 21s. 4.5 auto. Red button. Gold button. 357. Glock 32. Red button. Glock 22 Gen 4 40. Red button.
Uh-oh. Too many choices. Just got a Woody.
Button. Come on now. We really got the best shit in the city. You hear me? Glock 21. There go his twin with a black button. He got the red button. Come on now. I'm finna go over again. Glock 45. Here go his twin right here. Where that Glock 45 go? That Glock 45 with the yellow button. Here go his twin right here. So you won't think I'm lying. With a whole nother button on my son. Y'all seen him already. Shit.
Yep. But yeah, and we just read about a dude. They're charged and convicted and want to put in prison for 50 years. When every item he had was non-functional, every item he had, he possessed legally. He purchased legally. Oh, boy. No, dude, they ain't touching these fools. You think the ATF, the federal government, with all the power they have, you think they're going to watch these videos and actually go in and arrest these cats? Nah, doesn't work that way. We read cases about my man over here from the Navy who gets busted for having legal things. We hear stories about people like CRS, who, again, legal products. No, they ain't running around doing this. That would actually take violent people off the street. It would actually solve some crime. This stuff's amazing, man. It's amazing. yeah, they're buttons. Let's see. Let's go back to the screen share. Because we are going to look at some January 6th documents. Yeah, they shouldn't. What's up, Anthony? How's it going, brother, man? Yeah, too many choices. You're right. Hey, it really should not matter. Let me throw myself up on a big screen for a second, just so everybody can see my loving little face. It really shouldn't matter if you have machine guns, rocket launchers, tanks. Fuck, I don't care. As long as you don't wrongfully deprive someone else of life, liberty, or property with those items, it's not the government's goddamn business. The NFA, the 34 NFA, the 86 GCA, all that stuff is absolutely unconstitutional. And your government knows it's unconstitutional. But we got to go through this bullshit where you got to go through the courts and you got to get these cases and all this other shit when it's absolutely unconstitutional in the first place. Any judge who's upheld that shit, any freaking lawmaker who has tried to expand it should automatically be put out of office and never allowed near a position of power again. Automatically. It shouldn't take a court case. All it should take is one person going, hey, wait a second, that's against the Constitution. That's all it should take. But again, we live in a world where we don't have representatives. We don't have justice anymore. We have courts that will fuck you over because you do something that they don't like. Not that there is a crime that has been committed against somebody. The only person aggrieved by any of this is the government. And I'm sorry, I don't really care whether our government is aggrieved over anything or not. Really doesn't hurt my feelings none. I would much rather that they were aggrieved on a lot of things. So let's do. So we read through the man with the Navy's charging documents and all that. So we're over here at the Department of Justice again. Now, these are the January 6th people. Let's see. So, let's see. Adam Hunter. This guy is charged with entering and remaining in a restricted building, which is horseshit. Disorderly and disruptive conduct in a restricted building. Violent entry and disorderly conduct in a Capitol building. Parading. That's charged. Demonstrating or picketing in a Capitol building. So let's see. We can look through all of his complaints here. We can look through his state of facts and all this shit. So let's look at the statement of facts. Let's see. Is a special agent assigned to the FBI's Joint Terrorism Task Force, investigate yada yada, currently tasked with U.S. Capitol, secure 24 hours a day, Capitol Police. On January 6th, Joint Section of Congress. Come on, get to the good part. County Electoral College, approximately 1. He's going through the whole fucking deal here. Let's see. Shortly after, at approximately 2:20, members of the United States House of Representatives, including the President, Vice President, Mike Pence. So on approximately January 6th, an informant provided a tip to the FBI identifying Adams. Witness 1 identified himself, said he did not know Adams personally, but explained that he was friends with a high school classmate of Adams. Fuck me running. Provided the information regarding Adams voluntarily without financial compensation. Available information. So witness 2. Let's see, hold on. He got back. Witness 1 told the FBI Adams is associated with Instagram account, username Joker's Child. So this is a dude who knew a dude that knew Adams. Witness 2 provided Instagram close-up videos, individuals breaking into the Capitol, photos of Washington, D.C., landmarks. We stormed the Capitol building and the Senate today, explanation point. Yeah, that couldn't be taken out of context whatsoever, could it? I can tell my grandchildren I was there. Also includes a video of Crawford walking towards the Capitol. Can be heard saying in substance that they were going to break into the Capitol and that the Capitol Police better have enough pepper spray. Now, this is all hearsay. Hearsay meaning this is second-party information and should never be part of court proceedings. Instagram records confirmed, the Instagram account, records provided by Facebook. So they're all in this dude's social media. They got his address, his phone number. Records lawfully provided by Google reveal that a mobile device associated with belonged to Google account registered. So these are charging documents or so-called statement of fact. FBI reviewed Adams' application for an Ohio driver's license, which contains the same phone number. Yeah, Anthony, that's about it. Good old, what was it, Pineapple Express? According to records lawfully obtained from Google. So, in other words, Google's giving up all your shit. Mobile device associated with. So, his mobile device associated with that account was present at the U.S. Capitol on January 6th. Google estimates device locations using GPS data, Wi-Fi access points, Bluetooth. Google signed maps, 10-meter radius. So yeah, Google's spying on your ass, which we all knew that already. Yeah, Tropic Thunder. That's what it was. Mike, what's up? Hold on. There he is. What's up, Mike?
What up, Coop? How you doing,
Hey, man, same old same, man. You being safe on them roads?
Yes, sir. It's all clear on my end. No snow, just cold.
Ah, shit, I heard that. What's the temp like by you right now?
Shit, 25 degrees.
25? Say, hell, you ain't too much colder than I am at the house. That ain't too bad.
You're in what, Alabama, right?
Yeah. We're running about 30-something in the city and about 28 where I'm at out here in the country.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there's a difference in between being in the, as soon as you leave the city without all that asphalt, man, temperature drops off.
Yeah, I can definitely agree to that.
So shit, man, where you headed at?
I'm heading to Memphis.
Oh, hell yeah.
About to have some of the good old barbecue.
Yeah, but just be careful in Memphis. Memphis ain't no damn joke sometimes, brother, man.
Oh, man. See, Memphis ain't the same. Memphis ain't the same like it used to be.
Oh, man.
Memphis got a little wild.
Yeah, Memphis definitely got wild. It's been a while since I've been through there. We used to cut through there on the way to Arkansas all the time. But yeah, Memphis done got wild, son.
Hey, well, I'm supposed to be going to Houston in the springtime, so yep, I'll definitely be going down there having some of their good ass barbecue.
Shit, I heard that. Shit. You head down anywhere near Alabama, man. If you got to cut through anywhere between say Columbus, Georgia and Phoenix City, hit me up, man.
Got you, man. Got you.
Shit, yep, we'll go out at least have a beer, shoot shit.
Oh man, I'm down for whatever. Shit. I'll definitely show I'll definitely show you how I shoot my shot.
Hey, that's all right. We can do that too.
Yep.
Shit, when's your next competition?
Well, I was supposed to have one in Chicago, but it got canceled because of the weather. So I say the next one is like March, sometime in March. Excuse me.
Shit, good deal. Let me see.
Yep. I'll be doing what's called a two gun competition.
So when you do two gun, is that a rifle and pistol?
Yep, PCC and pistol. Yep.
Hell yeah.
That's the thing. I don't even have a PCC, but I've been looking at a couple and thinking about getting one. I'm not too much of a fan of that new PCC that they released, the Ruger 5.7, I think.
Yeah, well, the 5.7, man. I mean, that's a badass little round, but
the ammo prices, nah.
If I'm gonna do PCC, it's gonna be something like it's gonna be 9mm or 45, one of the two.
Well, for me, it's always gonna be 9mm. Because Chris got a Ruger, so I'm hearing nothing but good things about Ruger's PCC.
Dude, Ruger's tough, man. Ruger's tough to beat.
Yeah.
Which I got to get that. Well, I mean, only like PCC I got right now is, well, it's one my wife built for her SDI stuff. She built a 9mm, it's AR platform, 9mm. But I've been looking at some other PCCs, and I might go with something like that Ruger, just to have something, man. Because
yeah,
I mean, it's
an inexpensive, affordable, AR9. Well, yeah, AR9.
Yeah,
basically. Like $780. Way under $1,000.
I mean, that ain't too bad these days.
No, it ain't. I mean, of course, it takes what Glock mags, which I'm not a fan of the Glock mags, but hey.
Well, you're a SIG guy, aren't you? Or you Canik?
No, Canics.
Canics.
Now the SIG rifles, like the SIG M400, that's what I definitely love. But the P320s, I can't do no more because I've been hearing too many bad things about the trigger issues.
Yeah, 320s had a serious trigger issue. Which
Yep. No wonder why they got sued twice in 1 year.
Well, one of those I think actually got proved that lady was full of shit, and then the other one was supposed to be pretty well up on the up and up. But as far as I know, I think SIG's kind of unscrewed their issues with the triggers right now, even on the 320s. But hell, the closest thing I've got to a 320 is what they call the Mutt 1, which it's basically an 80% 320. And I've got to finish that out. That I've got an issue with the trigger on that one, but it's not like some drop issue or something like that. I got something that's not set right, and if I ride the trigger on it, the trigger doesn't reset. So, I mean, I haven't even fired the gun yet. I'm just still playing around, tinkering with it. So that's which hell, I don't own a Glock. Every freaking so-called Glock that I own are all P80s that I built. I hated Glocks forever until I built a P80, and then I started liking them. So there you go.
I mean, I don't have nothing against Glocks. It's just not really my type of gun I would shoot or carry.
Dude, when it comes to like the feel in the hand, that Mutt 1 build that I did, that feels way better in my hand than a Glock does. The grip angle, the actual grip contour itself, all that feels way better. But
the shadow systems are nice, but I heard they can be sensitive with reloaders now.
Dude, I've seen a bunch of shadow systems guns and stuff like that. I've never had one. I wouldn't mind having one, but that's pricey, baby.
Yeah, like not like 980 or something like that. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, Tech. I still got to finish mine, man. I don't even have sights on this thing.
Let's see, because I got
shit. I'll show it to you.
Oh, that's nice.
So yeah, that's just a standard grip module. I mean, ain't nothing special about it, but I got night sights I still got to put on it. But that's one of the Patma slides, so it's RMR cut, all that shit.
Yep.
So, but man, talk about feel in the hand, dude. I love the way this thing feels. But I still got to. My issue, Tech, is it's like I was just saying. If you just rack it, pull the trigger, trigger works fine. Rack it, pull the trigger. Rack it, pull the trigger. Now, if I ride the trigger, I got a dead trigger.
Right.
So, for some reason, I got something sitting in there right where that trigger is not wanting to force forward and reset like it should. So
now those FNs probably they sometimes be having trigger issues as well.
Yeah, that's just it's something in that module I just don't have sitting right.
Don't get me wrong, they're nice, but it's just the only downfall is the trigger.
Yeah.
I'm like okay, a $980 pistol, and then I'm like, okay, you got the Canik TP9 Elite Combat. Oh man, you definitely cannot go wrong with a Canik.
Dude, I've got to check out Canik, man. I've heard so much good stuff about them. I've got to check them out.
You got to check out the. Well, I would say check them all. I mean, they're all great. The Special Forces, TP9 Elite Combat, the Rival. Oh my God, the Rival is phenomenal, man. Flat trigger, short reset. I think a 3.5, 4 pound trigger.
Yeah,
dude. Those are the top tier Turkish firearm.
Yeah, that's what I've heard, and I haven't heard a person yet who picked up a Canik and said they didn't like it, and that's saying a lot. But yeah, Tech, yeah, drilling all the holes through that MUP one, that grip module or the fire control group. Yeah, spend some money on a better grade drill bit, and you'll get through it. Just use a little bit of cutting oil, you'll be fine. But if you go at it with just a standard off the shelf Walmart drill bit, yeah, man, it's going to eat them things to fucking pieces. Talking about drilling through the fire control group on this thing. It's I don't know what steel they use out of this thing, but man, they use some steel because this shit is tough. God, it's tough.
Yeah.
Oh, it's crazy.
Steel than my firearms.
Well, it's the grip module or the fire control group for it. So you got God knows how many holes you got to drill through this thing for all the pins that hold all the parts in for the fire control group. And the steel they made out of this thing, or made this thing out of, it's got to be a higher grade stainless, and this shit is tough to drill. So you got, God knows, 57 holes you got to drill in this thing, it seems like, and it'll roast a drill bit. If you go at it, especially with a cheaper drill bit, it will roast a drill bit in no time. You may get 2 holes drilled.
Was he trying to do, like, repair the gun, or?
No, it's the fire control group for this thing. It's an unfinished fire control group, basically. So for the SIG, you got 1, 2, 3. You got like 6 pins that go through this fire control group to hold all the components in. So to hold your slide stop in, to hold your trigger parts in, disconnector, all that stuff. So you got to drill each one of those holes in this piece. And man, it's just tough. I used a good drill press for it, and I used some good drill bits, and it still ate up some drill bits. It's some tough damn steel. And then of course you gotta bend the tabs over for your slide and everything. It's a cool build, it really is. But man, it's tough.
I bet.
Oh yeah, to me, Choice is the fire control group. This is the serialized part of a SIG. So this is the firearm. This trigger, springs, and all this shit. So yeah, that is the firearm for a SIG. And the grip module right here is just a piece of plastic. You can do whatever you want with a SIG grip module. Doesn't mean anything. Which, cheap as this one was, this one might actually be one of the first things I try stippling on too. So we'll see how that runs.
Yeah, I just, if something goes wrong with my firearms, I'll just take it to a gunsmith that I trust and let him do all the work.
Yeah, it's one of those things. If you don't know a lot about them, if you're not, doing classes like I'm doing for them, or you don't like messing around with your firearms, then it's best to take it to somebody. But hell, like a freaking Glock, man, I've learned more about Glocks from building P80s. So now I can troubleshoot trigger problems. I can troubleshoot freaking feed problems on them. Just all kinds of stuff. Just because I built them now, I know how they work. Oh, we lose Mike. Mike might have hit a dead area. For those of you who don't know, Chicago Mike the Shooter, if you're not following Chicago Mike, man, give him a follow. Now we got him back. Nope. Are you back?
Yep, I'm here. You hear me?
Yep, yeah, we got you now.
Yeah, it's the roads.
Oh yeah, man, you're on the road, man. You're gonna hit spots like that. But no, I was telling everybody in the crowd, man. I said, if they're not following Chicago Mike the Shooter, you need to be following him. Mike puts out some great content, shooting competitions. freaking just killer dude. Dude, that jersey you got though, damn, that thing looks good.
Yeah, they designed it perfectly. Got my YouTube name in the front and back. It's got the YouTube logo. It's got the Instagram logo.
Hey Jeff, anytime you see titanium on a drill bit, all it is the coating. It's not that it's actual titanium. Your best bet for drill bits, if you want to drill through really hard steel, is oh shit, I done lost my brain. Carbide. Go with carbide drill bits. As long as it's a carbide drill bit, that bitch will drill through hardened steel without an issue. But yeah, you see, titanium on these drill bits and shit. It's a coating. It has nothing to do with them actually having anything titanium on them. It's all fucking marketing, is what it is.
Let's see. The only thing that I did on my AR, like, just change, like, I can change the muzzle. Well, that's really easy. A baby can do that. And then I changed the trigger, which was easy to do. On one of my ARs, I got a 3.5 pound Timney trigger. One of the best triggers you can have on an AR. Can't go wrong with a Timney.
Dude, I've heard a lot about Timneys, man. Almost every trigger I got is either just mil spec or it's a trigger that I tuned and polished. So like Timneys and all that shit, I don't own it. I need to, but I haven't gotten them.
Timneys are great. They're really great. Now, a CM, I think it's a CMG trigger.
CMG.
Yeah, CMG. They're like a 2.5 pound. I mean, they're okay, but I prefer a all flat trigger.
Yeah.
It's a $225 trigger. Worth it. You get what you pay for.
Oh, you do, man, without a doubt.
Yep.
Now, is that Timney? Is that like a drop-in just cartridge trigger, or is it separate trigger, disconnector, and all that?
Let's see. I think. Let's see.
Put it this way: if you had to put it in 3 pieces, then it's basically a standard trigger. Your what they call a drop-in trigger, all of it's basically in one piece or one cartridge that you drop in, and then you just push your pins through it.
Yeah, just one piece. Yeah, just all one piece.
Yeah, so that Timney's a drop-in, which those are, like I said, those are badass. Everybody, again, that's another thing. It's like the Geisleys and shit like that. I hear people talk about them, and man, they're just great triggers. But guys, I'm a broke bitch.
Hey, well, Black Friday is coming up, so let's see. I recently purchased another rifle. Can't wait to do a review on that, but I'm actually going to do a review on the current rifle that I showed on my channel.
Too many choices. You going fishing in the morning without me? Man, you suck. Too many choices said he's got to get some sleep. He got to go fishing in the morning.
Man, I haven't went fishing in years.
Oh, man. Come on.
I know. I need to do some hunting. Well, speaking of hunting, I got a hunting rifle on layaway.
Hell yeah! Where are you gonna get?
Can't really say. You'll see.
Okay. It's gonna be one of those reviews.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'll give you a guess. It's Chairman in 308 Winchester.
There you go. 308's a damn good round, man. I've killed a lot of damn deer with 308.
Yeah, now I was looking at that, and I was looking at a 6.5 Creamer. Now 6.5 Creamer is more expensive than 308. I was like, I saw the prices on the 6.5 Creamer. I saw a box of 20 for $75. I'm like, God damn.
Yeah, 6.5, especially depending on where you're getting it. In some places it's not that expensive. In other places it's high as a cat's ass, man.
I've seen like between 45 and 75.
Dude,
But
it was
for the 308. I've seen some for like between 25 and $50, which was not bad. I'm like, oh, okay. Might as well stick with the 308.
Yeah, and 308's I mean, it's a smoking round. It's a good round. You can't go wrong with 30-06, 308, or 6.5. Now, 308, 30-aught are typically going to be a lot less expensive. And I mean, let's face it, man. Those rounds have been around for a long time. They ain't going no damn where, and they're just really good rounds.
Yeah. I mean, now 223 and 5.56. They're definitely not going nowhere either.
Oh no, man. 223 and 5.56 are so ingrained. No, they ain't going no damn where.
I mean, their feet per second, their velocity is. I mean, it can travel over 3,000 feet.
Yeah, I mean, the velocity on a 223 or 5.56, I mean, it's a fast round. But if you want to talk about something that's going to put something down, that 308 is going to do it. I mean, don't too much walk away from getting hit with a 308.
Yeah, true.
Deer can be different animals. I've hit deer with a lot of shit, and they just fucking ran 100 damn yards.
Yeah, because I was looking at some rifle scopes like the Vortex. Oh man, I love Vortex.
I gotta look into them because this.
I chose the Vortex over Hollison, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because on my current rifle that I posted on my channel, I have a Vortex Spark 2 that takes a AAA battery. Now I've never heard of a red dot taking a AAA battery. I was like, well, shit, that's way better than just using a round silver, battery.
Well, I mean, they're easier to find in a lot of cases than where you got your flat batteries, you got your 2032s and shit like that, or a couple of one of the scopes I got takes something like a oh god, it's not the 123 battery, it's another one. But a couple of my lights take like the CR123s and shit like that, and they're not as easy to find a lot of times.
Yeah, that's why I just chose the red dot that takes a AAA battery. And plus it lasts longer too.
Depending on the scope, I don't know what the lifespan on one would be versus like the CR123s or anything like that. I don't know the lifespan in between the two. But some of them will last forever. I've got a couple of dots that are running off, I think the 2032s or some shit like that, and I think both of those are Swamp Fox, or all three of them. And man, those things, shit, I've had them on there for at least a year. I ain't changed the battery yet.
Oh wow!
And I mean, those are shake awakes, but even with the shake awake, I keep them down on their lowest setting, so they're not burning any power even when they get bumped around. But now my light, or a couple of my stream lights that are operating off, I think the CR123s, man, those stream lights eat batteries like a fucking crackhead goes through crack.
Streamlight TLR1. Those are better than the fucking Olight.
What's on this AK?
Olights I'm not too much of a fan of.
I've never owned one of the Olights.
First of all, you can't even fly with an Olight.
That's a Streamlight ProTac that's on that AK pistol.
When I flew to Ohio to go see Chris, I had my TLR1 Streamlight.
Now that what do I have on it? 17. It's a H something Streamlight.
Says, when the fuck did they stop doing this shit?
Yeah, it's the TLR1, the HL that I've got on at 17, and the battery on that hadn't been horrible.
Yeah,
that's been on there a while. I could use another battery in it, but it's been on there for a while. Hadn't been too bad. Big Streamlights I've got on my AR and AK, man, those things are horrible on batteries.
yeah. I don't really put flashlights on my ARs. I'll just put a red dot on there, a magnifier. I'm actually thinking about putting damn, what's called those things? The Picatinny rail. Damn, what do you call those? Shit.
You have to give me a little bit more information. There's only about 90,000 attachments for an AR on a pick rail.
Shit. I should know what they are.
Dude, Anthony, I got to check out Goon Beam. I think after I get a couple other things taken care of, there's a couple of Goon Beams I was looking at that will go on like an AR.
Bipod. It's a bipod.
Oh, a bipod? Yeah.
Yeah.
So far, which like mine,
I've seen some for like, I've seen some at Cabela's for like $65.
Yeah.
But most people say the Mac Pool is better.
So I think the only thing that I would stick a bipod on is one of the last classes I got to do with the Sonoran Desert Institute. I'm doing a 308 build, so a 308 like AR platform, and I think I might stick a bipod on that because that'll be a pretty good gun to stick a bipod on. But like my other ARs and AKs and stuff like that, all those are built they're built for running and gunning. So there's no sense in me even trying to put a bipod on it. There ain't no sense in putting a bipod on a 10.5-inch AR. Just
right, exactly.
That's pretty well be useless.
That's more for like a backpack gun.
Oh, that's more for like running and gunning. That's made for shitting and getting. It's not made for sitting in one spot. Shorting down, room clear and shit like that. That's what those guns are made for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's see. What was the brand called? It was called a CV Life bipod or tripod. They sell them at Cabela's. I don't know if anybody in the chat seen them, but
I know I've seen them. Because I think Cabela's will sell them.
Yeah, they sell a whole bunch of tripods and bipods.
I know. What is it? Shit. I can see the name of the store in my damn head. It's another store kind of like Cabela's. They'll sell them.
Yeah, I don't really know. I normally go to Cabela's because I'm a club member there, so use my points, get discounts. So
get damn messages over here. Yeah, do that. I mean, they sell a lot of stuff, but the only reason I'd put a bipod on a gun is if it was a gun where I was going to be possibly in a position where I was hunting with it or shooting longer distances with it, stuff like that. That's the only reason I'm going to stick a bipod on something.
I only shot like 25 yards, but There is an indoor range near my house that has like a 50 yard range for rifle. So I was like, you know what? As soon as I get my my current rifle together, go ahead and make a full review about it. Put it on my YouTube channel.
Oh hell yeah, man! Which hell, when I do that 308 for SDI, of course I don't necessarily do reviews on a lot of guns. I'll show off guns that I build, but I'll review that one pretty much just to show it off, show everybody what the build was like and all that shit. Because AR-10s can be a little finicky. As far as
I like pretty much all ARs better than AKs, in my opinion.
Well, ARs they're more ergonomic. They're easier to operate. They really are.
Exactly.
There's something about AKs, man. I've always loved it. It's just something about that big ass piston, man. That thing is freaking. It's a different feel, and I love those guns. And plus, they're tough as nails. Hell, I could beat the thing against a tree and turn around and go shoot it.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I like the fact that it, with ARs, it tells you that your gun is empty.
Oh yeah, you got last round bolt hole opening on and all that. Yeah.
Yep, you feel that little jump after that last round.
Which learning more, like even the pistol classes I went through, learning more about operation on firearms and manipulation on firearms. Last round bolt hole opens, well, they didn't bother me before. They definitely don't bother me anymore. Because basically the whole point of the thing is if you're thinking right and you're even if you're in a fighting kind of stance, you should be managing your ammo. You shouldn't be running the gun dry.
Right.
You should be doing tactical reloads instead of emergency reloads, which I'm horrible about it because I run a gun dry in a damn hurry.
Hey,
squeeze it till it doesn't squeeze no more, and then put another mag in it.
Right. Sure, I ran about over 2,000 rounds through my Radical firearms. I love it.
Dude, yeah, which I've seen that some of the stuff you've done on that Radical, man, and that someone else, Mo Guns Less Problems did a tour, I think, of the Radical firearms plant the other day.
Yep, I actually just met them not too long ago.
Did you? They seem like some cool cats, man. I found them on Smash Time.
Oh yeah, they're real cool. They're out there with them out there in Houston.
Yep.
So I said, hey, I'm gonna definitely come out there and link up with y'all. Learn more about each other.
Oh yeah, man. They seem like they're cool as shit, man.
Oh yeah. See, Smash.
That tour on Radical Firearms was freaking. That was.
Bro, I went like.
Oh man, they got some cool ass shit.
When I first went to Houston, I wish I would have had the time to went, to go and give myself a tour. But I said to myself, you know what? Next time I go, I'm definitely going to that store.
Tex said he just built a 10.5 off of Radical Firearms lower.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude. Tex another cool cat, man. Which hell, all these guys, we're usually in the same chats. We normally follow the same people. It's just a bunch of cool ass people like you, Santee, fucking. I mean, damn, man.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, there's Night Customs, man. Night Customs, what the fuck, man? You must be getting up to go to work. Night Customs, man. If you ever need anything done on a Glock, Night Customs is the man.
Glock.
Yeah, dude. But I mean, he built some sexy ass guns, man. I gotta admit it.
Yeah. Canic all day for me.
Dude, I gotta check into some Canics, man. I've seen, like I said, I haven't seen anybody who's picked up a Canic and been like, nah, this is trash.
Oh no, they can't see. If I hear somebody saying it's trash, hey, well, go and get your Glock, and I'll bring my Canic.
So you put them up 1-to-1, huh?
Yep.
Like I said, man, I gotta check out Canic when I can, man, because I just, I've,
I
which
mean,
I've said it before, man. I haven't seen anybody who's had some sort of shit issue with them or anything like that. It's always been mechanics or some badass damn guns.
they're the Canics, the PDPs. Oh man, the PDP, man, I definitely got to get that too. The Walther PDP. Oh man,
and I've looked at a couple Walthers, dude, and I'm not a fan of Walther.
What?
Yeah, dude, I've looked at a couple. I've held a couple. I've looked at them, and I've been like, nah, man, there's something about them I just don't like.
Cool.
Well,
Come on, man.
honest,
Look.
man.
You know the Canic. You know the Canic and the Walther are pretty much the same. You know that, right?
It could be, but let's put it this way.
They could take the same mags.
Well, there's a lot of guns that can take the same mags.
That's true.
But I've looked at a couple Canics. I've held a couple Walthers. I wasn't a fan of the Walther, man.
Oh man, you are the first person on YouTube that I heard say that they're not a fan of Walthers.
Listen, like I said, I haven't shot them, but I've held them. I've looked at them, and there was just something about them I just wasn't a fan. Getting out and shooting one could completely change my mind. I'll say that.
Oh yeah, they will. Trust me, they will. They will.
It very much could be. I could go shoot them and fall in love with them. But ones I've looked at, ones I've had my hands on, being in the gun store looking at, shit like that, I was like, I wasn't impressed.
Oh, man.
But, hey.
They're nice. They're nice firearms, man. They're really nice. I mean,
Well, I mean, hell, there's a lot of guns people have talked about that, man, were the best thing since preloaded ammunition, and I looked at them or shot them and was like, nah, I just I wasn't real impressed.
Well, I'm going to the NRA event next year in Indy. Indy is number like 2 hours away from me, so.
Yeah, man, you're right in there then.
Mm-hmm. So I definitely want to go see some new guns. I'm not going to Vegas for SHOT Show. I want to, but
everybody talks about going to NRA, and
I'm not a fan of the NRA itself.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say, man. I'm not a fan of the NRA.
Yeah, if I wanna go see some new guns, I'll sign up for that membership or whatnot. Go ahead, show my card, get my badge and whatnot, start recording, showing some videos on YouTube, and hey, just wanna see some guns, goddammit.
Yeah, I heard that. I'm all about seeing guns.
Oh yeah,
guns and titties. I mean, you can't get tired of looking at either one of them.
Facts.
Hey, and they're the kind of the same thing. Both of them will get you in trouble if you play with them wrong.
That's true. That's very true. That is very true. That is very true.
I'm pretty sure, gun stores are kind of like strip clubs. You just generally don't have to pay a cover charge to go in a gun store.
Right.
And they'll probably cost you about as much to take the stripper home as it does the gun, depending on the strip club that you're in.
That's true.
Because I have seen some strip clubs where there wasn't a chick in there I'd pay over $100 for.
Hey, well, been there, done that, man.
It was kind of like the High Point Strip Club. They was all chunky and fat.
Hey, well, you know what? That's my thing. I love big girls. I love big women.
Hey, look, I don't mind big girls, but there's a difference in between big and goddamn. There's a difference in between them. There's a difference in between a big girl and goddamn bitch. You need to put them Twinkies down and go take a walk.
Oh man, hey, look, I can't really do skinny girls. I need me like a thick girl, like.
Hey, look, I need a thick girl, man. I can't stand one of them little rail ass thin things look like she ought to be hanging over a garden, scaring the crows away and shit. I can't handle one without an ass, man. I can't do it. Shit. That's one of the reasons I got with my wife. My wife got a killer ass. I can't do that.
I messed when I was like 17 or 18 years old. I messed around with a married woman before. Almost got myself in trouble.
Shit, that's something I don't do. That's something I won't do.
Dude, I left a mark on her. She kept blowing on my phone, and I'm just like, look.
No, married women are kind of like cyanide cupcakes, man. They may look good, but they gonna kill you. One way or the other, they gonna get you killed.
Yep, that's true.
That ain't for me.
That's true.
I was in a bar one night. Hell, I was probably 22. Man, I was in there with this fine ass little chick shooting pool. Little short thing, man, built like a brick shit house. And she fucked around. We went to go leave, and she said, "Come home with me. My husband won't mind." I said, "Oh hell no!"
Shit.
She banged the left out of the parking lot, and I banged the right, and I ain't seen that bitch yet. And I'm 45 years old.
I'm like, meet me at a hotel. Goddamn it!
Shit, no, dude. I bounced. Time to go. I got better things to do. I don't share mine with nobody. I don't go try to share on nobody else's.
Right. Well, the question is, do I want to get married? Because I'm young. I'm only 26 years old. So.
Damn, Mike.
Yeah, I'm a young cat, man.
You young.
Yep. But I love older women. Older women, like it's something about older women. I don't know what it is.
Hey, look, older women with good credit. That's what you need to look for. Make sure she got a good job. Make sure she got good credit.
Yep.
Make sure she ain't got a husband.
That's true.
That's it. You meet those three things right there, you're looking good.
Yep.
And then the only matter is if she got kids or not.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you start getting into a little older women, they're running into 32, 34, unless
I could do, let's see, I could do like up to like 45 or 50.
Damn, man, you hunting the old women.
Hey, but she gotta I would say this. I mean, she gotta be able to handle it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I can make her feel young again.
Hey, all I'm saying, look what I'm telling you. Find her good credit, good house, and ain't got a husband.
Right, exactly.
Of course, you driving that truck, you could be on the road and be like, "Damn, I don't know what happened to her. I don't know why she's walking funny. She must have fell and broke a hip. I don't know."
All right. Man, I be seeing so many cute girls like at the gun range where I'm at, man. Well, most of them be with they guys. They be telling them that they shooting right, but they ain't really shooting shit.
Nah, man, I couldn't do it. If I was with a chick and she was shooting wrong, I'm gonna tell her she's shooting wrong.
Well, exactly.
Where's another thing about my wife? My wife can shoot her ass off, so I ain't got to worry about that shit.
Hey, there you go.
Hell, when it comes to some things, my wife can shoot a little bit better than me. So,
hey,
much as I piss her off, I just have to figure out. I have to make sure shit ain't loaded when I piss her off.
I hear that, man.
You got to pick your battlegrounds, man.
That's true.
Be like, hey, hold on, wait a second. Does she have her gun on her right now? No. Okay, I can piss her off then. She got a gun on her. I got to behave.
Right. Make sure she ain't gonna try to hold a gun in your face while you sleep.
Shit. Mine wouldn't do that. She'd wake me up to hold it to me. I married a redhead, son. She don't play the radio.
Oh, okay. All right.
Of course, she always jokes around. She said she could kill me and get away with it. All she's got to do is let me play with a snake.
Oh, Jesus. Snake. I don't do snakes.
Dude, man, I'll say this, the only black dude I've known that's ever been comfortable with snakes was a guy I worked with years ago. Robert. And he owned a bunch of snakes. He owned a couple of big ass damn red-tailed boas. And he's about the only black dude I've ever met that's been cool with a snake.
Oh, wow.
Every other black dude I know is like, oh no, fuck that thing.
Yeah, look. I'd rather hold a
hold a fat ugly chick.
I wasn't even thinking that, but hey, that was a good one.
It'd be about like my wife with spiders, man. My wife does not do spiders. Fuck a damn spider. She'll burn the goddamn house down over a spider.
Oh, wow.
I was glad she wasn't home. It's been about a month ago. And like I said, we live out in the country, man. We got all kinds of shit out here. But the damn cat, one of her cats was smacking something over by the bathroom door, and I was standing in the kitchen watching this dumbass cat. I'm thinking, what the hell is that cat smacking at? And one of them big ass fucking, we call them oak spiders, man. They get huge. He was smacking one of them in the ass and had it like marching out of the damn bathroom in front of him.
Oh, wow.
Like, shit, I'm glad my wife wasn't home. She'd have burnt the damn house down. Or either that, there'd been holes all on the damn floor from her shooting at that bastard.
Wow.
She'd have fucking unloaded one of the guns in the house over that thing.
Jesus.
Take it easy, brother. We'll catch you after a while.
Yeah, let's see. I wanna meet Santi. I she was like the first YouTuber that I came on, doing live chats with. So I was like, you know what, I gotta meet Santi.
Santi's cool as shit, man.
Yes. I didn't the first time I talked to her. I didn't know she was married. I thought she was single at first. Well,
I figured she was married. She'd be over there yelling at her kid.
Yeah.
Shit, that was Santee. I can't remember how I run into Santee. And then it was one night she posted a link, and me and Clover Tack got on there talking with Santee and Johnny Snow that night.
Yeah. And
that's the hell, I can't remember how I found her, but I got on her channel that night and got to talk to her. She's cool as shit. So,
oh yeah,
she's another one, man. You bunch of cats, man. I'd love to fucking meet. We keep saying one of these days we'll have to hook up a shoot just for all of us that are running kind of in the same circles. Get everybody together.
Yeah, I'd rather do that than and just going to an all black event where people just gonna be shooting at fucking waters and grounds and shit and can't shoot for shit.
Man, it's just that, dude. With the community we run in, which I mean, I know people run with people that they're typically around.
Yeah, but it's just for me, I'd rather have like new people around. Like I mean, it doesn't hurt to meet new people.
No, it's just
but,
if I could get an event together with everybody that we're running in chats or we've been on streams and stuff together, man, it would be one of the most diverse damn events out there because there's just people of every damn race, every color, and that's a lot of our community, and I don't see why more people don't see that. Because
it's a couple of reasons why they don't see that, because they go by numbers, really, and they go by what type of firearms you have. if you ain't got these many numbers, if you ain't got these many subscribers, oh no, you can't join.
Well,
Now,
yeah,
that's the type of energy I witnessed.
Yeah, well, in some of these, yeah, I mean, it's some of these cats when they throw an event together, yeah, you got to have so many subscribers, and you gotta be running in this circle, but that's not.
And I'm like, what does numbers got to do with anything like that?
Yeah, well, that
doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that doesn't encompass the average gun owners that we know.
Yep.
That's not the majority of all of us who are out there.
Mm-hmm.
If you get together, just took the people that show up, say in Santee's chats, Dark's chats, show up in my chat, show up with you. That's people of every race, every color, owning every damn gun.
Yep.
That's the people that you really need to get together, because they're the ones who actually represent gun owners.
Mm-hmm.
Your average everyday gun owner. That's the event that if I could throw an event together, that's the event I would throw together.
Yep.
I don't care about your social media following. I don't give a fucking rat's ass that you own, whatever high dollar gun or anything like that.
It don't even matter. It don't even matter if you own a High Point. I mean,
no,
I'm not too much of a fan of a High Point, but hey, I mean, I'll still shoot it just to have fun.
Hey, look, and I've said it before in chats, man. The first handgun I ever bought with my own money, I think I was 21, and it was a fucking High Point 40 cal.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know shit about, any kind of handguns at the time. The only guns I owned were hunting guns, bolt actions, and shotguns and shit like that.
Yeah.
But, if I was going to do something with, say, getting a bunch of us together, it wouldn't be that you got to have so many followers or you got to have this bullshit going on. It'd just be everybody who really represents, us as a community. And that's way different than what you'll see in some places.
Yeah. I would have some people to come to Chicago, but you know how Illinois is. We don't accept no other state concealed carry.
Yeah.
So most of the time I would have to, come down south, like Houston or mostly Houston. I love it. I love Houston, man. Well, Texas in general. But like Texas is a friendly gun state. So
yeah,
if I come down there and do like a meetup with Smash Time, like Smash Time, he just had an event recently, and that's how he met Mo Guns Mo Problems.
Yep.
And I was talking on the phone with him the other day, and he said his next event is, I think, in springtime, like in March or something like that. So he's having what's called a bolt action rifle event. I'm like, bet. I'm definitely coming down for that.
Dude, if I can make it to something like that, I damn sure do it.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
All right. It's one of those things. Smash is another one of those cats that, man, he just, he's a cool dude. He's not worried about you having 4 billion followers and all this other bullshit.
Exactly.
He's just a down to earth dude.
Oh yeah. Non-judgmental, just, hey, cool dude to be around with, man. Like, let's see.
Well, it's people, man, you can tell by watching some people's channels. Now, some people are just fake as shit. You can tell some people, man, when you watch their channels, they're cool people. I mean, it's,
I always do my research.
Yeah.
I met Smash. I met Chris from the 740.
Yeah, Chris is a cool cat.
Oh yeah. Yep. I went out to the city and shot a match with him.
Yeah, I saw the videos of that, man. You guys had a good time.
Oh yeah, we had a great time, man. Showed me around his neck of the woods and took me to one of his favorite gun stores. I was like, man, it was so much ammo, so many guns that I wanted to buy.
Dude, man, there's a place over in Georgia, Barrel Automotive. It used to be an old Napa auto parts store, which they still sell like Napa auto parts, and they still sell plumbing supplies and shit like that. And that's the front of the store. Now, when you go to the back of the store and you hang a right, dude, they got every gun you can think of in there. I mean, if you think about it, they got it on the shelf. Anything from a Barrett 50 cal to a Thompson submachine gun, freaking Uzis, freaking
50 cal. Goddamn.
Oh man, it's unreal. The first time I took my wife in there,
I never shot a 50 cal yet.
Neither have I, and I want to.
And there's a range in Vegas that Chris went to. You know, that time when he got married, he had the review about that rifle, and he had told me that it costs $100 for the firearm and only 5 rounds. I'm like, what?
Yep, they got a range that's hell. It's over in Georgia, but it's not too far from me. It's up in I think Manchester, Georgia, and you can go out there. You can rent a Barrett 50 cal, and I think 5 rounds. And I think it's like $100.
I'm like, damn.
It's kind of crazy because 50 cal ammo down here is running probably $6 a round. So
that's coming like in a box of 20.
You can buy them individual. You can buy them in I think a box of 20 or a box of 50, but they're running about $5 to $7 a round, depending on what you get. Regular old ball ammo, I think, is running about $5 a round. So you're looking at them renting you the gun and giving you $25 worth of ammunition and charging you $100. So that's the reason. And I may still do it one day just to do it.
Yeah, just to get the experience. But
yeah, because I mean, let's be honest. I mean, how many times do you get to shoot a 50 cal in your life unless you own one? You know, but I may still do it one day and just shoot some video on it or something like that. But yeah, it ain't cheap. But
man,
that place is probably, I don't know, that place is, depending on how I drive over there, it's probably about 45 minutes, maybe max an hour away from me. I just got to cross the river and then go a little bit north, and then I'm there. But like I said, I may still do it. But now that Barrel Automotive I was telling you about, the first time I brought my wife in there, we were living in Georgia at the time, and we had to drive past there to go get a alligator hide checked in by Department of Natural Resources right after one gator season. And I told my wife about the store. And when I walked my wife in there, because I told her about all the guns in there and how much shit they had. And first, when I walked her in there, my wife looks around. All she sees is auto parts and shit. And she's like, dude, you were screwing with me. I said, no. I said, go back there and hang a right. Dude, as soon as she turned to right, her eyes got as big around as fucking dinner plates. And she started drooling. It's freaking crazy, man. They got shotguns in there, like a side by side or an over and under shotgun that are $40,000 a pop.
Damn.
I mean, just for a shotgun. Now, it is the most beautiful shotgun you will ever see, but that joker's like 20 something to 30 something, $40,000. And they got that all the way down to a high point. They got some lever actions in there with like gold, real gold inlays in them, with like hunting scenes on deer and shit on them. They're beautiful.
Oh wow!
And then, like I said, they got Barrett 50 cals. They got freaking Thompson submachine guns. They got freaking, they got everything. That's where I bought that Colt 45 that I've got. Colt government model. That's where I bought that. And I bought my wife a side by side in there, Stevens Fox. Those were the first 2 guns I bought after I got my gun rights back.
Oh wow.
Yeah. As soon as that shit hit and I had all my stuff over there, man, we went right over there, and that's where I bought those 2 guns.
Yeah, can never have too many, man. Can never have too many.
Shit, no. I use the damn things for furniture if I have to. Doesn't matter.
Hey.
It'd be like, hey, this is my Barrett 50 cal coffee table.
Good one. All right, Coop. I'm gonna take my little break, lay down, give me some rest. It was nice talking to you, man.
Yeah, man. Anytime chat's up, brother, bounce in, man. It's good to talk to you. You be careful out on the roads, brother.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
All right, man. We'll get you some rest. We'll holler at you after a while.
All right, later.
All right, later, guy.
Yep.
I need to post Mike's stuff up in the chat. I'll try to do that before I get out of here because Mike's a cool dude. That's the reason I stop everything and talk to him because, hell, I don't get a chance to talk to him all that much. But, yeah, he's a freaking cool dude. Which, hell, now it's almost 5. So, I tell you what, guys, I'm going to end this one here. And then we'll pick the whole government wants you dead or in jail stuff up later. And I'm going to do a little bit more research on a couple of these cases we were talking about earlier. See if I can find some more video and see if I can find some other stuff on these court cases because this stuff's pretty freaking wild. They're charging documents and their actual freaking basically when they write everything up, the factual stuff on their case is listed like they don't even have it as they pushed an officer. They will say that they pushed against an officer or some shit like that. It's freaking crazy. Kurt got a whole 45 minutes of sleep. Yeah, Kurt, man. Yeah, I was fixing to roll out, brother. We say I ended up, man. Chicago Mike got on me, and Mike started talking shit, and that lasted for a while. He's out there on the roads, brother. But yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. But you guys, if you have time, if you really want to look at stuff, you can go to the Department of Justice's website. So it's their documents, it's their write-ups on this stuff, and you can actually read about these cases, so-called insurrection cases, and all that. And it's if you guys should be like me when you read stuff, you can tell when someone's trying to kind of bump the facts up and make something sound way worse than what it is. And that's exactly what you'll see with these things. So, but anyway, guys, I'm going to end it. You perps be cool. Keep that thing on you at all times. Love every one of you guys for sure, because you guys are some of the freaking coolest cats out there. And other than that, man, which we'll try to do another one before Thanksgiving, just to hang out for a little while and spend a little more time with the crew for Thanksgiving. So you guys all be cool. I'm out. Fire, Kurt, which Tech got out of here already. Night Custom, fucker, Night. If you're in here, you still got to get with me about your plasma cut. Now False shows up. False, we just getting out of here. But False is another cool cat. If you're not following False, follow False. Look up Chicago Mike the Shooter. Look up Night Custom Builds. It's just, man, there's so many freaking cool cats running around that we deal with all the time in chats and on YouTube videos and stuff like that. Which I said it before, man. You guys are the coolest cats ever. So anyway, I love you cats, you perps. I'm out. Remember, the government hates you and they want you dead or in prison. So y'all behave. I'm out, man. Later.